Hello, it is a new weekly reading vlog and friends, it's Monday. I am starting a vlog on Monday for the first time in what feels like months, but it's only been a few weeks really. I thought I would just quickly come in to say, so yesterday I had this whole plan that I was going to read the entirety of City of Rust. Jade and Gavin did a sort of like reading race on sprints to see which one of them could finish this first, and my plan was to read the whole thing, and I only got about 50 pages read because yesterday was a bit of a stressful day, to say the least. We were almost flooded. So we got the worst thunder, lightning and rain I think I've ever seen in my life, and it was like torrential rain. The thunder at one point must have been right above us because it was so unbelievably loud, and the lightning. Now when I was a kid, I don't know if anyone else ever had this, but when I was a kid I was always taught to count how long between the flash of lightning and then the thunder, and that would tell you how many miles away the storm was. And at one point we were literally getting lightning, thunder, lightning, thunder, lightning, thunder, no gap between them whatsoever. And when I tell you how loud it was, like, you genuinely cannot understand how loud it was. The dogs were petrified. Now usually Zammy always gets scared by the thunder, and she always like pants and shakes, and Belle usually just like barks, but Belle was getting really like agitated. She was like whining, and it wasn't even barking, and you know, I didn't know what to do because she's never been like that. So I was just trying to comfort them as best I could, but the rain was literally torrential rain for about half an hour, and it flooded part of the road out the front and part of the road down the side. And then the rain stopped, so I was like, okay, cool, because you know that was getting a bit scary because our garden had started to flood as well. There was like that much water in our garden. Now our garden is on a slope downwards, so the back of the garden is further down than the house part of the garden. So that end of the garden was getting a bit watery, but then it stopped raining, so I thought, oh yeah, that's great, okay, it should hopefully go down as long as it doesn't start raining again. Wrong. Our council is ridiculous and clearly don't clean or maintain the drains at all, because water started coming up from the drains to the point where my whole road was a river, and my garden, there was about this much space of my garden between my house and where the floodwater was. It was really scary. So I wasn't feeling great anyway, because to be honest, the thunder shook me up a little bit. I'm not a fan of thunder. I'm not a fan of fireworks. I don't mind the occasional thunderstorm where it's like a couple of bits of lightning, a couple of like crashes of thunder that aren't too close. But when it's right on top of you and there's torrential rain and everything, it really shook me up. So I was already feeling a bit anxious from that, to the point like my chest was hurting because of it. But then worrying that we were going to flood just set me off on a whole spiral, and I ended up just going to bed at like 8 p.m. And I had the worst night's sleep I've ever had in my life, because I kept waking up thinking I was going to go downstairs and there'd just be water in the house. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But when I woke up eventually at like 5 a.m, my alarm is set for 6:30. I eventually like woke up at 5, and my body was like, yeah, you're not going to even attempt to get back to sleep, so you're awake now. I did look out the window and there was no water in our garden anymore. And the water down the side of our house had subsided. There was still a lot, but it had gone down a bit. So that put my mind at rest a little bit. But then I like got back into bed until 6:30 when my alarm went off. I didn't fall back asleep, but I wasn't getting out of bed. But anyway, enough of that. Because of that, I couldn't focus on this and I went to bed really early. So today I read a little bit extra on my lunch and I'm now on page 83. And I'm really enjoying it. It's very cute. I already like Atty. Atty is this like mechanical gecko and Atty is so cute. But yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. But I also started my buddy read for Dark Stars, which is the third book in the Stolen Time. No, it's the Dark Stars trilogy. Stolen Time is the first book, but the series is called the Dark Stars trilogy, and book 3 is Dark Stars. And oh my god, already I'm so unbelievably excited to be back in this world. I've been buddy reading this with my sister and my friend B, and we're really enjoying reading these together, and I'm so excited. So we've only read the first 53 pages, but I'm already like fully back into it. We only read book 2 in, I want to say June, and now we're reading book 3 and I'm loving it. So there's my reading updates. Today, Posty knocked on the door. He hasn't seen my blue hair yet. He knocked on the door and I opened the door and I completely forgot I've now got blue hair, not orange. And I opened the door when he knocked and he was like, oh, it's not orange anymore. So yeah, I sort of shocked him a little bit. But he handed me a parcel and I was really confused because I wasn't expecting that. A Fake Rate Audrey Rose plushie. This, I should have got in July last year. They ended up sending a replacement because this never turned up and the tracking was just saying it was at customs. So this has been stuck in customs for a year. A year. So they sent a replacement and I got the replacement within like 2.5 weeks. But this has been stuck in customs for a year. I never thought I was going to see this. So now I have 2 Audrey Rose plushies. So that's probably going to go on eBay or something. It's ridiculous. But also, I got something from my Amazon wishlist. I'm really babbling today. I apologise. This is a really long intro clip. But oh well, it's fine. I'm making up for the last few weeks of there being absolutely no content whatsoever. So I got a little gift from my Amazon wishlist, which was really lovely. And it's Skyward Volume 1. It's the graphic novel. And this is from Nicola, who is NickNaku15 on Twitter. And it's just a little note to say, thought I'd send you something to cheer you up. A one-sitting read you don't need to think about. I have been complaining about not being able to sit down and focus. So Nicola got me a graphic novel or a comic. Thank you, Nicola. I really appreciate this. Oh, it matches my hair. So funny story about Skyward. If you watched my haul, I think it was last month, I bought volume 3 of this because it was £3 in Waterstones. And I didn't have volumes 1 and 2, so I've put volumes 2 on my wish list and now I have volume 1. I'm thinking I might try and squeeze this in this week because whilst it is the final week of July, I will finish these 2. 100% going to finish these 2 books. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more books on my It's Sci-Fi July TBR that there's no way I'm going to get to. So I might just see if this will fit one of the prompts I've got left instead. I'm not going to complete it, but even if I can just fit one more in, that will be awesome. So I think I'm going to do that. Once I've read this, because obviously this is a buddy read, so this, I'm only reading a set amount of pages each day, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5 days, so we'll finish this on Friday. But I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow because Steph and Becca are doing some Patreon sprints tomorrow, so I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. And then I think I'm just going to read this and then see what I've got. I do still have to finish Covette and I do really want to finish that this month. So I think I might squeeze this in as a little like break between reading one book and then I'll finish Covette because I do have the audiobook for Covette. So if worst comes to worst, Saturday I can just sit and finish Covette. But that's all I really have. But yeah, I can't believe it's the final week of July. Where has this month gone? I cannot wait for July to be over though, because July has just been a mess, a chaotic mess, and not the good kind. You know, one of the dogs has been back and forth from the vet. I have been completely forgetting to update you guys on that. It's basically arthritis in her neck, which means she can no longer do certain things, which is going to suck for her, like playing with her tug of war toys, because it will put too much strain on her neck, and she's most likely going to be on medication for the rest of her life now. But in herself she seems okay, but I don't know if that's just because she's like drugged up. And then obviously my dad had a heart attack and was in hospital for 2 weeks, and then yesterday our house nearly flooded. So they say things come in threes, so I'm hoping that's our 3 and we don't have another thing. I really hope so, because I don't think I can take any more. But I have now been talking for over 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go, because me and Liv are gonna have a FaceTime and we're gonna have a little natter, because we haven't done that in a while. And yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow, where hopefully I'll have more updates. But yay for me opening the vlog on a Monday. Hello, it is Tuesday. Oh, I forgot what day it was then. I have, look at me, first off, updating you 2 days in a row. Who is she? Second, I finished a book tonight, so a very big thank you to Becca for hosting Patreon sprints, because it meant I actually sat down and finished a book. So I finished The Eros by Gemma Fowler. I really enjoyed this. So this for It's Sci-Fi July was my middle grade pick. This is also the middle grade monthly book for July. I'm very excited for the live show this weekend, and this was just such a cute read. I really enjoyed Atty. Atty's the gecko. I loved Atty, and Care was such a cute character. She was adorable, and all the characters were just so lovely. This got a 4-star, and I know for a fact the only reason it didn't get a 5 was because the ending was just too abrupt for me. Like, I know it's a middle grade, and middle grades do tend to wrap up pretty quickly, but I just feel like it was just too wrapped up. Like, it just ended so quickly, and there was like no, like the later part was like 3 pages and that was it, and I just didn't feel like there was enough of the afterwards. So yeah, that was the only reason it didn't get 5 stars for me. But I did really enjoy it. It was a 4-star still, which is still an amazing, you know, rating, and I really enjoyed it. So another book done. I've finished books this month, yay. But apart from that, my July Luma crate came today, and I haven't filmed my unboxing because this is me. I always open the box, then do the unboxing another day. But it's not my favourite, and I'm a bit sad. The book, the book is stunning. I'm obsessed with the book, but the items I'm just not feeling. So I'm probably not going to keep most of it, which is a shame. But you know, it's very hit and miss for me sometimes. Another thing that come was part of my Shein order though. So I ordered like 6 dresses, I think it was, off of there, and 2 of them arrived. I knew they were coming in 2 packages, but I wasn't expecting them to come so quickly. That's what she said. So this was part of my retail therapy on Friday that I did because I was feeling a little bit sad about things. So I ordered myself 6 new dresses because I've basically been living in dresses the last few weeks because I just can't bring myself to wear anything. Like, I'm wearing leggings today, but it's just too hot. And I bought a few dresses from there a couple of months back. And one of them was this lilac dress that I originally got for my Florida trip next year, because it works perfectly for my Megra Disney bound that I want to do. And because I bought it in a size smaller than I need, but because of the material and it's quite stretchy and flowy, it fits me now. So I bought the same dress in 3 other colours. The black one has not arrived, that's going to be in my second shipment, but I ordered it in this really nice, like, I can't describe what sort of green it is, but it's really nice. And so it's like this, and it just sits across like this, and it's really nice. And then I also ordered the same dress in this blue as well, which didn't think through because I'm going to really clash with my hair. Do I care? No. So I ordered those. I also ordered this in black, but the black one's not here. I had one of those days in work where I was just so done with everyone, and I was having to deal with someone who was being unnecessarily rude, and how I did not lose my temper just goes to show how professional I can be and how professional she can't be. Just saying. So yeah. But anyway, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Fingers crossed. I won't have to deal with her being rude again. It's not the first time she's been rude. But anyway, I will catch up with you tomorrow. So it is Wednesday and I'm having a bit of a freak out because I am really scared right now that our house is going to actually flood. So I'm going to show you the pretty rainbow because there's a double rainbow forming, but I'm also then going to show you the flood that's down the side of my house. So here's the, you can't see the second rainbow, but it's like trying to form here. This is the river that is supposed to be a road. The garden is starting to flood again, and I'm just not okay right now. Like you can see the sun over that side is coming out, but you know what, I would rather the rain stop than the sun come out, because I'm not liking this one little bit. Like it's getting brighter there, and I don't think you can see the second one still. That is thunder. I just saw lightning go right across that rainbow. Oh, you can see the second one now. Had this whole plan that I was going to try and read Covette tonight. I read my buddy read pages of Dark Stars whilst I was on my lunch break in work, but I genuinely can't concentrate on anything because I'm just really worried right now. Hello, it is Thursday. I don't look it, but I'm in a better place today. I did end up having a panic attack last night. It wasn't great. I was on the phone to Thames Water for an hour, and they was like, when I finally did get to speak to someone, they was like, someone will be out within the next 2 hours. The next 2 hours would have taken it round to just before 11 p.m. They put a note through our door at 5 a.m. to say that they'd come round to fix it. Luckily, the water did stop gushing out, but that was not fun at all. Today I did some research and found these, like, they do the same thing as sandbags, but they're better, and the reviews are like great, so I've ordered some of them. So hopefully I don't know, that was not fun. Anyway, books. The reason why I don't look like I'm having a good time is because I just finished Covette. This book, right, Liv failed to mention when she lent me this book that it would rip my heart out so much. I straight up sobbed for the last 70-ish pages. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting any of that. But I put it through Corpal, and to no one's surprise, it's come out as a 5-star. Like, no surprise whatsoever. Oh, this was just amazing. I don't even know how to talk about it without spoiling, but Hudson Vega has my heart. I love him so much. But I'm going to put this down because one, it's really chunky and hurting, but also if I keep talking about it, I'm going to spoil something, so I'm just going to stop. But it was amazing. I loved it. 5 stars. I need the next book, even though it's not out anytime soon. But yeah, thank you, Liv, for lending me this. And then I read my buddy read pages of Dark Stars, and this book, man, like, if it weren't for the fact I had to come off my lunch break and go back to work, I would have finished this today, even though I'm not supposed to finish it till tomorrow. But then I finished today's buddy read pages, put it down, went back to work, and then this evening I picked up this. I was good. So I'm going to finish this tomorrow as planned. But there was one point in today's pages where I'm so glad our pages didn't end at that point, because I physically would not have been able to put it down. There was like a light bulb moment for the main one of the main characters, and it was just insanely good. And I'm loving this book so much. I think this might be a 5 star. I'm predicting that this might end up a 5 star. But something major has just happened and my mind is reeling. But like, both the first and second books in this series have been 4 stars, but this one I genuinely think might hit the 5 star mark, which would take me to 3 5 stars when I was adamant, oh, I've only had 1 5 star this month, which was The Martian. But then this got 5 stars, and this possibly will get 5 stars, but I'm just like, this week has picked up a lot. Considering I was halfway through this and I've read half of this today, I stuck the audiobook on whilst I was working because I was like, it might help me get back into the groove, because I've just not been in the mood to read fantasy. This is the only non-sci-fi book on my read this month, but I started this on the 1st of July, read half of it in the first few days, and then didn't pick it back up because I just lost interest in fantasy. But then I was like, I need to finish it this month. So I forced myself. I was like, I'm going to stick the audiobook on whilst I work. And I'm so glad I did, because I got sucked straight back into it and then ended up finishing it tonight. But I got some really awesome mail today. So part of my retail therapy last week came. The rest isn't here yet, but part of it came. It's my Loki Funko, but it's from the Endgame collection. Look, he's holding the Tesseract. He's so cute. However, this means I need to rearrange. I'm not even going to bother doing it yet, because I've got 6 more of these Endgame ones coming, and I don't know where they're going to go, because I don't know. But yeah, I thought I would just give you that update. It's like 11:30. I'm gonna sleep, so I am definitely gonna finish this tomorrow, and then I think I'm not gonna be able to squeeze in another book unless one of the ones on my TBR are on script. I'm gonna have a look tomorrow though, but I think I might squeeze in Skyward Volume 1 and see. But anyway, I will let you know that tomorrow. But for tonight, I'm gonna go to bed, and success. I'm happy. Also, this is purely down to the fact that Steph did Patreon sprints with Jade, and then Gavin joined after his TBR premiered, and I got so excited because obviously me and Liv are hosting the Royal Readathon in August, and Gavin gave us like a little shout out in it, which, hey, I was on the live chat, I was like, hey, it's me. But yeah, so yay. But yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday. I am so proud of myself. I have vlogged every day this week. Even if Wednesday's vlog clip was just me having a massive panic about the weather, I've still vlogged. I've also edited this week's vlog up until this point, and it's almost half an hour long, which means you're going to actually get some good content this week. I'm very happy. And I'm also very happy because I finished Dark Stars today, and what I was saying yesterday about predicting this would be a 5 stars, I was right. This was incredible. I loved how it was ended. So obviously this is the final book in a trilogy, and I'm always a little bit worried about how things are going to end, and I was a bit worried about some of our characters for a while, and then things started to come together, and oh my god, this was just so well written. Like, this whole trilogy has been so well written, but especially this one. I was talking to my sister and B about it because obviously we've buddy read this, and we all agreed that it was really well written. I will say there is so it's, without spoiling, it's wrapped up, but you're also left to like make some assumptions yourself, but mostly everything important is wrapped up, or at least hinted very strongly as to how it's wrapped up. I'm describing this very badly, but I'm trying not to spoil. But it was just so good. I absolutely loved it, and I started to figure out something near the end, and I was right. But I'm just so incredibly happy with how this ended. Like, I haven't been this happy about a series end, like an ending of a series, for so long, but this was just so well done. Like, I can't find any faults with the ending, hence why it got 5 stars. But for It's Sci-Fi July, this was my set on Earth prompt, because this is set in New Seattle, which is essentially Seattle but underwater, and it's set in mostly the 2070s, so it's mostly set in like 2077, but they do, like, there is time travel, so there's like 2074, 2082, 1913, 1980s, and so on. But it's mostly set in New Seattle in 2077, where tsunamis have like destroyed the city. The city is like higher up now because they've had to build higher because of the tsunamis and the water level. But it's just so good. You find out the reason why all this happened, and it's just so good. Oh, this is such an underrated series. I've literally only ever seen like Nikki and the girls I know through Book Bots Club talk about this, because the first book was in a Book Bots Club, but I've not heard anyone else talk about this, and it's such a shame because it's such an incredible series, and it's probably one of my favourites now. But I'm just so happy. I loved it, and I could talk about this for hours. It was amazing. But I'm gonna stop babbling about that now. I'm really happy my LitJoy May box came today. It was such a good box, so worth the wait, and the edition of the book is stunning. I am hoping my July Fairy Loot is going to arrive tomorrow, because my plan is I'm going to take inspiration from Becca and G and that, and just do all the unboxings in one video instead of each individual, because I now have my July Illuma crate, my May LitJoy, and hopefully my July Fairy Loot is coming tomorrow, so I can just do a triple unboxing. But yeah, I can't get over how good the ending of this was. It was just so good. I am quite happy with how I've managed to get through some of my TBR this month, considering I was doing so badly, what with everything that went on in July. I think it was a mix of that, and also the fact that I read over 20 books in May and over 20 books in June, so I feel like July was going to be a slumpy month anyway, but everything that happened didn't help my slump and just ended up making the slump worse. I feel like I've just like come back from it, and I've finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. I think I'm on 8 books. I am going to attempt to read the entirety of Witch Shadow tomorrow. And the reason I think this is possible is because the audiobook on double speed is 10.5 hours. Now, my plan for tomorrow is that I need to pop to town because I need to go post office and Asda. And then I'm going to come home, and my plan was to just like deep clean. Now, I feel like I'm going to deep clean the kitchen and then be too tired to do the rest. But I'm going to try and power through. I'm going to stick the audiobook on and hopefully just smash out the entirety of Witch Shadow tomorrow, because I don't have space in August to read it and I need to read it. I've waited too long for it. I need to read it. So that's my plan, but I will catch up with you tomorrow and we'll see how that plan for tomorrow does actually go. It's Saturday. It's very late on Saturday. I've had a busy day, but this is my Kindle. I don't know why I'm holding this up. I today have read the entirety of Witch Shadow by Susan Dennard. And friends, the whole series has been a 4-star, very, very close to a 5-star for Blood Witch. But Witch Shadow did it. Witch Shadow is a 5-star. This book has broken me a little bit. I'm not okay. It's so good. Like, I cannot even begin to explain how good it is without spoiling. But I will say, I have never been a fan of Safi as a character. Don't like her. This book has changed my mind. I'm a Safi fan now. She's still not my favourite. Aiden and Isolde are still my favourites. But I loved this book so much. I don't know how I'm going to write a review for this, because I got the e-arc of this on NetGalley, and that means I've got to write a review, and I don't know how I'm going to process my thoughts enough to write a coherent review. So I'm going to leave it there. But I managed to do it. But yeah, so my day, I did a to-do list on Twitter to hold myself accountable, and it was go to the post office, clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, read Witch Shadow, hoover, and put the Tesco delivery away. And I did it all. I'm so happy. I am absolutely shattered, but I've had a productive day. I've got loads done, and nice deep cleaned kitchen and deep cleaned bathroom and hoovered house. Usually my dad does the hoovering, but obviously he's got to take it easy, you know what, with having a heart attack less than a month ago. So he's not really allowed to do hoovering. So I did it, and God, I hate hoovering so much. Usually I just hoover my room and the stairs, and he does everything else, but I did it all, and damn. Anyway, I did everything off my list. I'm very happy. I saved the bathroom till last because I was like, I'm going to clean the bathroom, have a bath, and then clean the inside of the bath. Because I had a proper soak. I did a hair mask and everything. So like the bath was really like, I can't, it had all like the hair mask on it. But anyway, so yeah, that was my day, and I listened to Witch Shadow. So whilst I went to the post office and was cleaning and everything, I was listening to Witch Shadow, and then when I finally did sit down to actually read it, I carried on listening but also read along with the ebook, which was really good. But I got some mail today, which this is more of my retail therapy that I did when I was sad. So I got more Grace and Honey candles. If you're not aware what Grace and Honey is, it is the candle shop run by Becca over at Becca and the Books, and honestly they are the best candles I've ever smelt. They're so good. So I wanted the V Schwab bundle, but I missed out on the initial stock, and then I can't remember if there was a restock, but if there was, I'd missed it. And then last week 3 of the 4 were in stock. Now there is an Addie LaRue one, a Monsters of Verity one, a Dark Shade of Magic one, and then the other one from the bundle is from is it the Villain series? It's Vicious and Vengeful, and that's the only one I haven't read yet, and it's the one that wasn't in stock. So I'm really happy because these are the 3 I wanted most, but I was going to get the bundle just because. But they all smell amazing, and just once again, the best candles ever. And then 2 of the Funkos. I ordered more Funkos than I thought, because I ordered like 7 Endgame ones, 1 of which came. And then I ordered 2 from Thor Ragnarok. So we have Bruce Banner and Heimdall. Yes, I know, I have no control. Heimdall's like a proper like bobblehead one as well. Oh, so's Bruce. I think most of them are. But once again, I would appreciate it if you do not ask me where I'm going to put these, because I don't know yet. There's going to be a major rearrange, but I cannot do the rearrange until the rest of my Endgame ones turn up. And also I have some pre-ordered, and the ones I have pre-ordered are my Loki ones. And there's a lot of those. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 or 8. I can't remember. There's a lot. I am aware I have no control. I'm also aware that I don't care. So yeah, that was basically my day. I got a little bit of mail, did a lot of cleaning, and finished a book. No, sorry, I started and finished a book. So even though I didn't complete my Sci-Fi July TBR, I'm actually really pleased with what I did actually read this month, considering everything that went on. But I'm hoping to get my July wrap-up filmed and edited tomorrow. But I'm also going to give myself a bit of a break and try and have a lay-in. And then obviously I need to get this edited. I've edited up to before yesterday. So it's just a couple of clips I've got to edit. And then me, Liv and Lisa have live sprints at midday. But we're only going till about 4 or 5 o'clock. So then that gives me time afterwards to film and edit and whatnot. But I'm hoping to get a book read tomorrow, like an entire book, because I do have a couple of smaller ones, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. There has been a lot more content, partly of me just buying myself things, partly of me freaking out, having panic attacks about almost flooding, but also reading. Yay! Since this is a weekly reading vlog. But I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye!